All right, Hale Bullen from Annapolis High School, one of the better runners in the state last year. Hey, in state meet in outdoor track, you went 4:21, 9:21, and people might have expected that 4:21 out of you because you've had a couple low in the 4:20s, but that 9:21 seemed to come out of nowhere. Were you expecting that?
I was. Talked to coach at the beginning of the season. He was like, "Look, this is what you're going to be running by the end of the season," and that time was right there. And worked hard, was really pushing it for that 2 mile by the time states rolled around, and went out there and just totally killed it. Had Omar Hassan just to bank off of the whole time, and it just turned out being a great race.
Now with that behind you, did that give you motivation to really try to put in some miles this summer? And did you put in miles this summer?
I put in many miles this summer. First summer I've really trained at all. Previous 2 summers I've played lacrosse. So this is the first summer I've actually gotten in solid base work, and I can't wait to see what happens this year.
What are you expecting out of yourself this year?
I'm expecting better than second at states. So we'll see what happens.
You're in 3A.
Yes, sir.
So now, do you get a chance to run against some of the other competitions, some of the Montgomery County schools and Ciati from Perry Hall at all this year?
Hopefully. I'm really hoping we get to put in a few races against Ciati, and we're going up to Centennial for a race, but coach is really mixing it up, so we're going to try some new things this year. So it'll be interesting to see how those affect our cross-country and track seasons.
Now you guys in here in Anne Arundel County, you have a couple of league meets where you run 6 teams from your county. They mix them up, but then you have 2 of the 3 invitationals that Anne Arundel County puts on, you guys have to participate in. Mm-hmm. How is that? Because it mainly is just Anne Arundel County teams in most of those meets. Do you think that's kind of detrimental? Would you rather be able to get out and run against some other competition?
Well, just based off of what coach is thinking for this year, most likely we'll probably be training through most of those besides Doc Jones. But I mean, I really wish that we would get out, run against some of the guys, because we only get to see Linganore, we only get to see Wild Lake, we only get to see them once or twice a year. And that's who we're running against in the state meet. So we're not running against any of the Anne Arundel County teams besides maybe them at counties. So it would be nice to get out and get against them more often.
A lot of other states have state meet champions. Virginia has something like that. New Jersey has something like that. What do you think it would take for Maryland for the Maryland kids to get interested in a state meet of champions?
I don't know. I think it's a great idea. I really do. And I just think once the sport grows, gets a little bit bigger, because right now compared to many other states, it's not that big. But I feel like once the running community really comes together as a whole, that it would be a great idea, and people would totally be for it.
What do you think it would take for the state to get a little bit more popular with running in high school?
I feel, well, especially here, where our team is not very big. I think maybe just spreading the word, maybe go through newspapers more, because you don't really hear that much about cross country or track as often as you hear about the football and the basketball teams. So maybe just word of mouth, spreading it through the newspapers, and just really just getting it out there for the public to see.
Here in Anne Arundel County, they have the Green Hornets, which is a youth running club, and some other youth running clubs in the county. You think maybe if the high school guys spent some of their summer maybe working with the youth programs, that kids might become a little bit more interested in running?
I think that would be a great idea, but then again, I didn't even know there was a Green Hornets running team. So then spreading the word just for those teams in itself is also a big factor in getting people to really get to know and like running.
When you get to outdoor track, what's your personal goals for the season?
I really want to break 9 in the 2 mile. That's what I'm going for. So,
of all the things you've learned over the past 3 years, now that you're going to be a senior, what's the most important thing that you think will help you get to that point?
You just can't give up. You just gotta keep hammering away. Just don't feel the pain. Push through it, and at some point your whole body just goes numb and you're just flying. That's the best feeling in the world. That's why I stopped playing lacrosse, because of that feeling. Just gotta push through, fly, and then just hope you hit it.
All right, perfect place to end the interview. Thanks a lot, man. Good luck this season.